Hey everyone, welcome back. Sorry I haven't posted a video for a while, but I've been pretty busy. January was fairly busy. Been helping other people, doing some other projects, working on getting the Patreon account set up, which I just got set up. And that's at least one of the goals that I had for this year. Today's video is going to be answering some questions that people in the group have had, and I hope you enjoy it. Also, please stay tuned after I answer those questions for more information about the Patreon and how to get in contact with it if it's something you're interested in. And let's get this. So John asked a question about health anxiety and positive affirmations. Health anxiety is going to be something that you experience sometime in your life. Whether or not you've always had to deal with issues, or, as we get older, sometimes health problems come up. But the anxiety part is pure mind, right? It's worried about something that is literally out of its control. Now, some things are in control. We can take some medications, we can change our diet and exercise, but, as we age, there's a lot that we can't control. And the mind can definitely have anxiety about it. But if you've got a good grasp on your mind, your ego, then it's not really going to be much of anxiety. The mind likes to try and solve problems that can't be solved, and unfortunately, that's one of those things. So with this, I would say, if you have health problems or even pain, that's all it is, right? Only the mind suffers. Only the mind worries about stuff that it can't control. And so you've got to be able to find a way to let go. Now, as far as like affirmations, I like to consider affirmations word programming for the subconscious mind, right? What can we do about how, as far as affirmations for health anxiety? Just focus on your happiness. Focus on good, positive thinking and stay happy. The happier you are, you'll find out that some of your health problems are lessened just by being happy. So focus on being happy. That's the number one thing. That's pretty much in everything. One of the members, Ben, was asking about ego as a separate, how to think about it as a separate entity. So it's just a tool. This is all this is, right? Obviously, your mind is the software that's inside of your head. But when we're trying to, get through the gateless gate, to be able to see what our mind is doing us, to have that awakening realization, it helps to see your mind, your ego, as a separate entity. Because you have your awareness, and then you have that which is constantly thinking and going through scenarios and talking to you inside your head. And it's kind of like an Alexa inside your head, or an AI, or a symbiotic twin inside your head sitting there talking. And if you pay attention to it, you'll notice that you don't really have control over it. And it's not you, right? If you think it's you, try not to think about whatever it is that's having you think about, and see how quickly it begins to fight you. And when this happens, there comes the realization of, oh, my inner voice really isn't me, and it really is doing its own thing. Yeah. So that's what I suggest to people, is to look at it like third person almost, as a separate entity. It's not a separate entity. It's just a software in your head designed to keep you alive by worrying about problems in order to prevent them in the future. That's literally all it is. All right. One of the members, Mate, from the Chopwood group, asked, do we have free choice, or are we just a product of our environment? And I remember responding back to it. It's a little bit of both. We are a part of this system that we live in. We are not separate from it, even though we have this illusion that we are, right? Now, This is a deep question, and I'm not going to try and lie to anybody and claim to know something that I don't know, but I can give you my personal experience of it. I've noticed that people who are aware of the path, life tends to move things a certain way in order to use them however it sees fit. And this is where the whole everything is connected butterfly effect is in progress, right? Things that we do affect other people in the future or even now. And so when we begin to pay attention to life, when we see the synchronicities and everything going on, we see ourselves, being guided. And this is where a lot of people get the whole higher power, higher mission, aspect of it. And me personally, I see it so much that I really, truly do believe that there is something that is guiding us. We can call it the higher self, we can call it life, God, guardian angels, whatever. There's something else going on in life. Okay. Now, as far as, if we have free choice, yes, and possibly no. All right, sounds like a conundrum, but here we go. We make our choices to do the things that we have to do, right? But there have been times in my life where I've experienced what I call the sock puppet effect. All right. Basically, the sock puppet effect, it's like life just takes you over and you behave in a way that is not normal to your normal behavior patterns, and you do things. Or life itself can move things into your way to block you from doing stuff. Life is going to have its way. Whatever grand design is going on, life is going to get what it wants, even if it has to crash your car. Okay. And that sounds horrible, but when you start to see these things in action, you know when you should push through and when you should not push through. And that's where the whole, if it doesn't come easy, or, don't do that. And I don't mean like as far as work ethic. I'm talking about like, I really want that job, but every single time I try and apply for that job, something happens. I get a flat tire. I miss the meeting. The other person cancels out. And I start looking, I'm like, what's going on here? Why does it feel like I'm being blocked? And whenever that happens, then I start paying attention. All right. Now, doors can also open too. And when doors open, and opportunities happen, if everything seems like it's provided, like all is provided, or everything is effortless, and all you had to do is take steps to actually make it happen, there's a reason for that too. Okay. Nothing is random in our existence. I mean, for me, it's not really a belief. It's more of a knowing. Like, I see too much of it on a regular basis. All right. And finally, back to the whole Patreon thing. I've been meaning to do this for a little while. What it is and what it is not. It's a training system. It's me helping people to achieve something and not just be articles on Facebook or YouTube. It's some one-on-one coaching. It's direct training, accountability. Keeping people accountable to the practice that they're supposed to be doing. What it is not a get-rich-quick scheme. I'm still going to be working a job for a good long time. I am still going to be providing articles and videos for everybody on Facebook and YouTube, so there's still going to be that flow of information. It's just the way that life is moving in our new digital age. This is the way things are done, and this is what I'm going to do. And eventually one day I will get involved in owning a business of some sort, probably in this area, but I'm not going to stop helping people. I'm going to help people regardless of money, one way or the other. So if you're curious about the Patreon, if you want to do some training, if you want to you know, get coaching on how to get through the gateless gate and then get into the really, really deep spiritual stuff that comes afterwards. I will post a picture, the link somewhere in this video, and you're more than welcome to check it out. And I'll also post it down in the video description down below. Also, this is not a religious thing, okay? Spiritual practice is a science. You know, if you look at yoga, yoga is a science. What we do is we explore our reality. We have our own direct experiences of it, and we have our own deep realizations. Everything that I show people or teach people is universally accepted in pretty much any Eastern spiritual system. It may not be liked by some systems, especially if they're more interested in getting money and require you to sit there and meditate for 20 years in order to figure this stuff out. But it's still very much the basis for so many of the Eastern spiritual systems, and even some of the other religions out there, even native religions in all parts of the world, share so many of these same concepts. They may just call it something else. So if you're interested, I want to get some training, go check it out. There's different tiers, because I don't know if you're familiar with Patreon, but there's tier systems and payment systems for what you can handle. And even the lowest tier system, if you just want to, you know, if you know the personal work that I do to help people with PTSD, trauma, and whatnot, if you just want to like kind of donate, there's a low tier, you know, it's only like $5, and you know, every little bit helps, especially when I'm providing materials for people out there, which I actually spend quite a bit of my own money to do. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I look forward to the future of the way things are going, and I'll talk to you guys later.